Where are my dragons? Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of House of the Dragon. Today we'll be watching episode 5 of season 1. We light the way. Let's just dive right in, only because I enjoyed episode 4 so much that I really want to know what's going on, and I believe in this episode we are going to find out what the aftermath would be with Rhaenyra needing to drink the tea to prevent any, unwanted consequences, and well, what her relationship with Kristen would be now. Alicent having faith in her lovely friend, but also to know that her own husband has now removed her father as hand of the king. So what does that mean now that Otto of course knows through the little bird that Rhaenyra is fooling around, and I'm pretty sure he will have an agenda to be back on the council, but what the agenda would be, I'm not really sure. So let's find out. I think it's going to be the start to a really interesting parallel, and we're going to have a lot of plans and strategies in place in order to get this sorted. And also of course Rhaenyra and Sir Lenor of Corlys's son are a great match. So is that going to be pursued? What would Rhaenyra think? All of that. Now of course, now that she's been with Kristen, so many things happening, I'm not sure. And the main thing is of course Daemon, what's gonna happen with him. And I've also been told that this is the last episode for the actors of Alicent Hightower and Rhaenyra Targaryen, because after this episode we're going to see the elder version, like the older version of them, so that means time will pass from this episode to the next. I have to say, I am definitely going to miss these two, because I think they really owned their characters so much, and I will miss them. I will miss the chemistry that they have, specifically not singling out Rhaenyra, but I just loved Rhaenyra's connection with Kristen. I loved her connection with her dragon and all of that. And I'm pretty sure whoever is going to be the next actor or actress in this particular role, I'm very excited. I will be. It will be hard for sure at the start, but then I will definitely adapt to that change. But I will for sure find it hard to see Rhaenyra and Alicent go. And for everything that they have presented up until the 5th episode, I think they have done a tremendously marvelous job in owning their characters and truly playing it to the role. And I have very much gotten attached, so that's a true testament to their lovely skills. So this is a great way for them to end, and I'm very excited to see how they end this episode with a bang. But let's not wait any further, let's get right to it. Episode 5 of season 1, we light the way. Oh, I'm so excited.
Tomorrow, Lady Rhea.
Cousin?
Rhea!
What's today's quarry? Rabbit?
Dear.
Oh, fine challenge. Care for some company?
I'd rather ride alone.
That's Daemon's wife. Oh, that's interesting, Lady Rhea. I feel like that's Daemon.
Husband?
Ah, yes. Husband!
What brings you to the Vale? Or have you at last come to consummate our marriage? The Vale sheep might be willing, even if I'm not. Our sheep are prettier, after all. Or perhaps your brother has at last had his fill of your company. Cast you aside in favour of a little girl.
Holy shit.
What will you do now? Will you Strike the child down.
What is he gonna do? Holy Mother of God! What the? Oh shit! What just happened? Oh dude, is she paralyzed from the fall? Oh!
I knew you couldn't finish.
Oh, dude, Rhea, no way! You have got to be joking. Did Damon kill her? Oh God. Oh, your hand now! Where have we come back from? It's so loud. It's Dolby Atmos loud. I have the first time seeing an umbrella.
I do not wish to see her.
Such is the king's decision.
A decision I most bitterly regret.
Oh, look at that high
Yet
tower.
you made it possible. You chose Rhaenyra. You wanted to believe her, as did her father.
Your informant was wrong. An honest mistake, perhaps, but I did not foresee this.
You should have.
If you had not been so relentless in advancing Aegon as heir.
The king will die, and if Rhaenyra succeeds in war will follow. Do you understand? The realm will not accept her, and to secure her claim, she'll have to put your children to the sword. She'll have no choice. You're no fool, and yet you choose not to see it. The time is coming, Alicent. Either you prepare Aegon to rule, or you cleave to Rhaenyra and pray for her mercy.
Poor girl. See, I understand what Otto is saying. It's what he's saying is just hard facts. But I feel even more for Alicent because she should choose between what's right for the realm or her best friend. It's like the realm is a more bigger problem than, you know, ending Rhaenyra's friendship. And now that her father is leaving, I feel like she has to wisen the fuck up and be more smart. Where are we? Apologies if I'm not really recognizing the castle because everything looks... Oh, Corlys! Lenor Corlys! That's where they've headed. They've headed to Driftmark. Oh!
Where is Lord Corlys? He should be here to receive the king. What is the meaning of this, Lady Lena? Is this how House Velaryon greets its king?
My father has but just returned from his long journey, and he has hastened to the Hall of Nine to await your grace's arrival.
Lord Laris.
Who's this?
Malvales. Rare bloom. Indigenous to Bravos. By all rights, it shouldn't be thriving here. Your father was a good man.
As is yours, who took his place.
Oh!
The manner of your father's departure. I feel something of an injustice. When one is never invited to speak, one learns instead to observe. You're perhaps in need of an ally?
I'm the Queen. I have no shortage of allies.
Naturally. Princess Rhaenyra, for example.
State your purpose, my lord.
Beg me your pardon, your grace, I may be mistaken.
Oh no, he knows about the tea.
Your father was dismissed. The Grand Maester delivered a tea to the princess's chief.
How do you know this?
Tea.
Yes.
Rhaenyra sailed with the king to Driftmark. Yesterday at daybreak.
Oh, what good news. I must have been in error. Oh, a relief. What happiness it is to have been wrong.
What's his agenda? His father is Hand of the King. formation. I'm sorry. Before it goes, look at that formation. The king's guard are protecting the hand and the king, but not the future heir to the throne. It's almost like, maybe it's a procedure, but it's almost like they're not really ready to accept her. It must be a long shot of analogy, but well, I literally.
Let us discover what might be had for breakfast.
I seriously just saw the formation. I just thought, wouldn't the King's Guard also be behind Rhaenyra? I mean, like, just to take care of her. Corlys, it's been a minute.
Your Grace.
Cousin.
Oh, Rhaenys.
Princess.
Oh, so he's not well.
Are you well?
Well, I just...
The Lady Rhea Royce has passed.
A hunting mishap. She was thrown from her horse. Her neck and skull both crushed in the fall.
Lady Rhea was a fine woman and a good wife to my brother.
Sad thing that she and Daemon have no heirs to succeed her. She stood to inherit Runestone.
Perhaps we can turn toward happier pursuits. I wish to propose a marriage between your son, Selena, and my daughter and heir, the Princess Rhaenyra. It's long past time our houses were united in blood. The last pillars of old Valyria.
You honor both me and my house, Your Grace. There are certain details I would wish clarified before the Princess Rhaenys and I could accept this most generous proposal.
Ooh, that's...
What details?
Well, the throne.
We would like to know how the succession will be handled.
Rhaenyra is my heir. Upon my death, my throne and my titles will pass to her. She and Selena's firstborn child, regardless of gender, will inherit the Iron Throne from her.
I like him!
In keeping with Westerosi tradition, their children would take their father's name.
You are not proposing the Targaryen dynasty end with my daughter, simply because she's a woman.
I only seek clarity, Your Grace.
I do not require a chair.
I do not require a chair.
Upon their birth, Selena and Rhaenyra's children shall take their father's name, Balarion. However, at such time when their firstborn ascends the Iron Throne, he or she will do so bearing the name Targaryen.
Ooh.
Dragons will rule the Seven Kingdoms for the next 100 years, just as they did the last.
This is an equitable compromise.
Good. Now, if there's nothing further.
This is an equitable compromise as an asset to
Glad
that.
it's you.
Long-term planning.
I know this union is not what you would choose.
I hold nothing against your cousin.
No, dare I say it is a matter of taste.
Matter of taste. Okay.
It's not for a lack of trying. There are those who like goose very well.
I find it a bit greasy for my taste.
And what do you propose?
That we perform our duty to our fathers and to the realm. And when it's done, each of us dines as we see fit.
Perhaps I overextended myself, pushed him too close to the edge.
My cousin chose to sail into this tempest. Husband's undignified of the king to drag himself here and beg for Laenor's hand. Familiarity is not at issue.
I'm sure Laenor's already taken with her. She's grown quite comely these last few years.
You know his true nature.
He's still young. He will outgrow it.
We are placing our son in danger.
The lords of the realm bent the knee to Rhaenyra and swore obeisance to her.
That was before there was a true-born prince named Aegon Targaryen. Rhaenyra's succession will be challenged. Knives will come out for her, her husband, and for their heirs.
Our house controls the realm's navy and half its dragons. Anyone fool enough to challenge Rhaenyra's claim will be crushed.
To what end, Corlys? Wealth, power, pride?
Justice. You should be queen of the Seven Kingdoms. You were robbed of the crown
I
by...
never wore the crown. Because the realm would not have it so.
And I would remedy that small-minded error by any means necessary.
I myself have put the business behind me.
Your betrothed gives you leave.
Oh my god, no wonder I was getting the sense, you know, that he was...
I've come to meet my fate and you make a jape of it.
Ah, Lenore!
Rhaenyra will be queen of the Seven Kingdoms and you will be her king consort. Will you wear your crown today, your grace?
You're a fool.
Yeah, okay,
You
okay.
need a sworn protector.
What might your lover's name be? Okay, no wonder. Even when they were walking, it was like, ugh, I have to marry her. It was not like, I don't know, it felt very off-putting when he looked at her.
She has a paramour of her own.
Ah, paramour. And when she suggested, that like we can live our own separate lives but do what's right as our duty to the realm, that's when it struck me that he has some sort of extramarital affairs. But when Corlys and Rhaenys were talking, I was like, what? What's going on? But do you like him like that?
Confided in me now and then. Over the years of our acquaintance, I feel. Forgive me. I know you a bit.
You know more than a bit.
Ooh. Yummy!
Say so many times how you loathe the lot of your position. That you are to be married off at your father's whim with no thought given to the yearning of your own heart. Selena is a good and decent man, but you did not choose him. He was chosen for you.
That's true.
Before I came here, I was a knight in Stormlands. I have deep knowledge of the port at Sunspear, where I've seen the ships of Essos setting sail with their holds full of oranges and cinnamon, and I've always wished to see where they went.
Are you asking for leave?
I'm asking you to come with me.
Oh my god!
Away from all of this. From the burdens and indignities of your inheritance, let us leave it all behind and see the world together. Free to go where we like, to love as we like. You could marry me. A marriage for love, not for the crown.
But she literally just said the duty to the realm for their father. Is love the death of duty for Rhaenyra?
I am the crown, Sir Kristen.
I am the crown.
Or I will be. I may change at my duties. But do you think I would choose infamy in exchange for a bushel of oranges or a ship to a shire? It is my duty to marry a noble man from a great house, and Selena will make a fine husband. A marriage does not have to be the end. So Kristen, Lenore and I have an understanding. I've gone to leave to pursue his own interests, and in turn he's gone to be the same.
And he doesn't want to be...
So you want me to be your whore?
Well, Dariana Harris, you better understand.
I want to continue as we began with you as my sworn protector, my white knight.
I took an oath of chastity. I've broken it. I've soiled my white cloak. It is the only thing I have to my fucking name. I thought if we were married, I might be able to restore it.
Oh, God.
The Iron Throne looms larger than me, larger than anyone in my family. Egon the Conqueror united 7 kingdoms and put them on a path. So Kristen,
it's not just, I guess, you, but it's his oath to the king's guard which he's broken. That's why he's all about the nameless and like we won't have anything to our titles and oranges and cinnamon. Oh, poor boy. Oh, husband!
Get back! Prepare the crew.
Well, she is not at all fazed by that.
Not the princess, sir. The queen.
Dare I must question you on a delicate matter, Sir Kristen?
I am your servant as always, my queen.
Concerns our dear Princess Rhaenyra.
Oh, she doesn't suspect him. She suspects, she wants to know more about Rhaenyra and she thinks he would know. Oh. King's Guard. Ooh, the meaning, the true mean. Oh, babes. White cloak, sword.
You are her sworn protector and rightly loyal to her. There has been a rumour. Or rather, my father received an accounting of a lapse of morals that may have occurred.
Don't finish your sentence.
It is, of course, unthinkable for me to question the virtue of the princess, whom I hold in highest regard. But I did, however, wonder if I'm not unaware that in a flush of youth there may be errors made, breaches or rather lapses.
It happened, Your Grace. The sin you allude to.
No, Christine.
I have committed it. At her instigation, it is true, but that should... My oath has been broken. I have dishonoured myself.
Kristen.
I deserve no consideration. As a clement queen, you are inclined to pity. I would ask only this, that rather than gelding me and having me tortured, you would sentence me mercifully to death.
Kristen! Oh my god, she's in the most bizarre position right now. I really feel for Alison. It's just, she can't really play the hand of...
Thank you for your honesty, Sir Kristen. You may go.
Yeah, I guess this is something to do with Rhaenyra. Why do I get the feeling that this is going to come in later for when she does ascend to the throne? That'll be used against her.
I took the liberty of preparing a fresh set of herbal poultices that might be more effective.
That will not be necessary, or while. The leechings have always brought His Grace relief.
There's more cuts from the throne. What has happened to his hand?
To help him sleep.
Hand completely, bizarrely weird.
Will I be remembered as a good king, Lionel? What will they say of me when their histories are written? I have neither fought nor conquered, nor suffered any great defeat.
Some might call that good fortune.
That's smart.
It hardly makes a good song, does it?
You have carried King Viserys' legacy and kept the realm strong. Is it not better to live in peace than to have songs sung after you are dead?
Perhaps.
Many that are tested only wish to have been spared it.
Exactly. Grass is always greener.
Another lord might assure me that I would rise like Aegon the Conqueror given the chance.
Your Grace, that is your right.
It is perhaps best not to know.
Where are my dragons? Finally! It's been forever! Dragons, come make an appearance in your own goddamn show. Woo! Oh. So it's Rhaenyra and
It is with great pleasure that His Grace
and his sister
announces the start of the royal wedding celebration.
Oh, today's wedding day, babes.
House Lannister with their lord, Jason Lannister.
Ugh.
Lord Paramount of the West and Master of Casterly Rock. House Hightower with their lord Robert Hightower.
That's insane. Look at her hair.
Congratulations, Your Grace. You have made a fine match for the princess.
Thank you, Lord Jason. I could think of no better man than Selena.
I admit I cannot imagine what you might have planned for the wedding.
Oh, my daughter is the future queen. I wanted this to be a wedding for the histories.
Wow.
Where is the queen? I had hoped to pay my respects.
I understand the queen is still readying herself for the celebrations.
This is why men wage war. Because a woman would never be ready for the battle in time.
Your presence is always such a pleasure, Lord Jason.
Exactly. Oh, I
I was
remember
most
it.
distressed to hear of the Lady Rhea's tragic passing. I'm very sorry for your loss.
Lady Rhea was a unique character.
Lord Corlys of House Velaryon, Lord of the Tides, Master of Driftmark, and his lady wife, Princess Rhaenys Targaryen, and their son and heir, Selena Velaryon, the future King Consort.
Woo! I am loving this, babe. I'm loving it. Don't get me wrong, that appearance was fabulous.
me the truth.
My betrothed.
Whoa. Betrothed, brother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, all the laws. Who's this? Oh! I love how the room's silent and now whispers. Why is the queen late? I mean, we know why. I mean, she's like, could give two shits about anything anymore.
Be welcome, as we join together in celebration. And tonight is only its beginning. We honor the crown's oldest and fiercest ally, House Velaryon, with House Targaryen and...
What happened? What happened?
Right in the midst of his speech.
The beacon on the high tower. Do you know what colour it glows when Old Town calls its banners to war? Green.
Oh my God! God!
Congratulations, stepdaughter. What a blessing this is for you.
Please be seated.
I already am, but damn! Madam!
With House Targaryen and House Velaryon united, I hope to herald in a second age of dragons in Westeros.
Yes, sure, why not? Like...
7 days of tournament and feasting.
7 days.
At the end of it all...
Indian wedding.
At the end of it all, a royal wedding. My heir, your future queen, and Selena Velaryon, the heir to Driftmark.
I was never much of a dancer.
It's not much different to combat.
I shall hope for a different outcome.
Oh, Kristen. Holding an imaginary child. Oh, he has found out now. Yes. Whatever that was. Oh, she gives two shits.
I worried that, given leave of your father's shadow, you might wither in King's Landing's sun. But you stood tall. Know that Old Town stands with you.
See, I think Kristen doing that, confessing is, as I said, I feel like there is going to be something that's going to happen with that information she knows now.
Men are made to answer for their crimes.
Yes, we push them through the moon door, babes.
Even Targaryens.
Who are you?
Sir Gerald Royce of Runestone.
Oh.
And I am cousin to your late lady wife.
Ah, yes. Terrible thing. I'm positively bereft. Such a tragic accident.
You know better than anyone. It was no accident.
You know, in King's Landing, men are made to answer for their slanders. Even old bronze cunts like you. The truth is, I'm glad you've come. I wish to speak to you about my inheritance.
What inheritance?
Lady Rhaenyra and I had no heirs. As her husband, whatever she was due, now passes to me.
Runestone, you mean?
She stood to inherit all of Runestone. Did she not? After my niece's wedding, I plan to fly to the area and petition Lady Jane myself. Perhaps I'll see you there, Sir Gerald.
What? I see what's happening, babes. Yeah, he's here. Don't worry.
Has anybody ever told you you're nearly as pretty as your brother?
Well, you flatter me, my prince. I was sorry to hear about your lady wife.
Don't be, I wasn't. My lady was never very kind to me.
I know who it is. The handsome paramour.
Oh.
Sir Kristen Cole.
Well, a Targaryen prince. A dashing knight and a dragon rider. You appear to be every young maiden's dream.
That's only because you don't know me yet.
I believe Sir Kristen has bloodied that white cloak of his with your bride's maidenhair.
I'll keep your voice down.
Perhaps that is something we might remedy, my prince.
Perhaps it is.
She knows your secret. And now you know hers. They make a handsome match, don't they?
What?
With the princess and Sir Lionel. Sir Geoffrey Longworth. You're the Knight of Kisses, they call me, though I don't know why. You don't know me, Sir Kristen. But we are both deeply invested in this union. Sir Lionel is quite dear to me. As I know. Princess is to you. But we should swear to each other to guard them and their secrets. Because if those are kept safe, then so will we all.
Oh dear. There's a lot of hay, music. The music is intensifying.
Of course, my prince.
What are you doing?
Jain Leria Virginissus Kimilda.
Sia uno Tixus Taur. Nenopsi Valense, Gimish Zantis.
Na Merissa Ruban. Nädarias. Kesy on tuilla elastor. Nekes dintok stor un aledra aderioris. Zadristorot unmakas. Sia Brasilis ohis. Sagon unatsahas.
What's happening? What? I don't know. Tell me. Oh my God! What? What just happened? Holy shit! Kristen! Oh my God! No, man, dude! Oh God! Holy God, Kristen! 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 Oh my God, what the Oh my God!
Source of life and love. We stand here tonight in thanks and praise.
Oh, they're getting married also on top of
two
this.
souls as one. Warrior, smith, maiden, crone,
Stranger.
Stranger.
God.
I am yours, and you're mine.
Oh, for
Whatever may come.
I am yours and you are mine.
Lenore of House Velaryon. Rhaenyra of House Targaryen to be man and wife. One heart, one soul, now and forever.
Kristen, don't!
Kristen.
What? I have no words for what the hell this ending was. What the fuck? I'm sorry, but what was that ending? That was so quick. Like literally, there was like a gathering. First we see Daemon talking to Rhaenyra saying, if this is, if you want to come out of it, you can. You know, he will bore you. It's a political arrangement, yada yada yada. And then you see Rhaenyra just almost like wanting him to commit to her. Like, this is what I mean. Like, this is, I feel like she wants Daemon, and it's almost like she admires him, and she's not bothered by the fact that that's her uncle and whatnot. And I know that she's aware of like the kind of relations. I mean, she's been matched to her cousin, but in the fact that I feel like she almost wants him over everyone else. And she even said, like, you know, why don't you take me to the Vale and make me your wife? What? After all that she was telling Kristen about, you know, that she is the crown, and yeah, all that. She's ready. I feel like she's almost ready to change everything for Daemon. Is she madly in love with him? I'm getting like mixed signals. It's not just, I feel like at this point, it's not just a physical attraction. It's more like she, as I keep saying, wants Daemon Targaryen. She wants to be with him. And she, I guess, in that full length of order, admires him to that point. Like, it's shocking. And then from there, it looked like they almost were making out in the freaking royal wedding feast, the whatever feast they were having. And then suddenly people are screaming, there's a horde, and Kristen is going to town on Joffrey. Of course it's a freaking Joffrey, Sir Joffrey Lonmouth. The Knights of the Kisses. Knight of the Kisses. Well, not anymore. He kissed you goodbye straight up, babes. Home shattered. Now, Damon. Lenore will be using this. Like, he is, of course, now in a plan where, like, in a marriage that, of course, is definitely a sham. But on top of that, they have to keep this a secret. And on top of that, he will now almost hate her for what her lover did to his lover. So he's going to use that against her and will, I guess, like, torment her, will so many things. I feel like he will easily use this to his advantage to make himself the, I guess, not the king consort, but the king, and she will be the queen consort. Like, it will almost reverse roles. Oh my god, because no one knows about Lenore and his extra affairs. It's just between the family, and I guess she also doesn't know, but it's easy. But Kristen will, and Kristen was ready to die. Like, he's He's risked everything. He killed. Oh my God. I guess it is punishable for him to, because is it punishable for a king's of like a knight of the King's Guard to shed blood on the king's daughter's wedding feast day? Well, looked like wedding day. For some reason, I thought the wedding was after the 7 days of royal tour and feasting and all that. Or at least I thought that's what he said, but I think it's today and then, I mean in this episode, and then continues for 7 more days. It'll be feasting and tournaments and all that. That's insane. And then Alicent coming in green. Holy, when Old Town when the Old Town called for their banners to war, it's in green. She means business, this girl. All this time, one day, almost at least a couple of days without her father, and she's become like a rebellious individual that's taking stuff into her own hands. No matter what her father is, I guess a bit of the reason for her to be like this is because of him. And she is, after, not just being lied to by her own best friend whom she trusted, but then finding out that it's all true and she was lied to, and this costed her father to be not Hand of the King anymore. Like, that's insane. And at this time and age with the realm, and where, her father was talking about when it comes to the throne, and if you let Rhaenyra to the throne, she will have no choice but to put you and your children to the sword. That means she would have to eliminate them. And it's almost like he's been preparing her for this. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I envy Otto Hightower for warning her about this, because I feel like Alicent has been this girl that was like in a cocoon, so like she was being protected so much that she's just broken free from her cage and she's seeing the world for it is. And we've seen everyone taking care of themselves and their family, and I will not hold it against Alicent to take things into her hands. She's looking out for her children now, and part of which is like, the Targaryens, and of course with Viserys being completely medically unfit, he's out of the question. So it's between her and Rhaenyra, and if she has to choose between her children and the realm, to her children and her firstborn, who is a male heir to the throne, or her best friend who she thought she trusted and who lied to her, I'm pretty sure in all that emotions she's going to choose her freaking son over anything. Any mother would choose their own child over anything else in the world. In that regard, I'm really proud of Alicent in a bizarro way, because she came with a statement coming mid-speech for the King's speech, and it's a message, and it is a message, and everyone noticed it. And they said that Old Town stands with Alicent, because they knew that letting go of Otto Hightower is a big deal. Like, this is going to cause chaos, and it would be, and it will be, I guess. It looks like it, because this is if it's such a bold statement where she takes time, and she called Rhaenyra stepdaughter, like all the things you would not hear from Alicent. It's like, oh, I think that's the first time she's called her stepdaughter since she has been, she's been the queen. Wow, that's absolutely amazing. I'm enjoying that rivalry bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, this is best friend against best friend. Clash of the Titans, babes. Like, that's insane. I'm loving that. And whatever's happening with Viserys, his hand is fully covered in what looks like, I guess, an ointment. And I guess it's from him sitting on the throne too much, and the blades are cutting into him again and again. Or possibly it's the wound that he had already had when they put termites, not termites, what the fuck are they? What's that? Like that, oh, I don't even want to think about it. But whatever that was in the previous episode, like in the previous couple of episodes, where he dipped his hand in like a worm, a bowl full of worms, and to eat away the dead flesh. And it was just like where he cut his like hand here, and then now it's like, it looks like it's almost like the infection has spread or something. Wow, dudes, this has been insane. Insane. Like, and to be honest, initially I thought that Rhaenyra was not going to be very happy, because a very good point was made is that a suitor was chosen for her. She didn't make the choice herself, which was a big thing as well, which didn't strike me. But then, yeah, it's exactly it. But she looked to be on board, and she was ready to commit to it, because that's what matters most at hand, like her duty to the crown, her duty to her father, and her duty to the realm. And because she's got a lot at stake, which is why one of the reasons why she couldn't just like let go of being princess and go with Kristen. And I understand Kristen's point of view, but I didn't actually think that he also kept him being, free from all these titles to what he had done. Like, he had broken his oath, his sacred vow to the King's Guard, and, he has soiled his white cloak, as he said. And there was so much true meaning to that, and that, being a part of the King's Guard makes no sense anymore, because he's broken that oath. And of course, oath in those years are like, still till today in Game of Thrones as well, oath means an oath. Like, we've seen Brienne, how she used Oathkeeper, her sword given by Jaime Lannister, to uphold her oath to Catelyn Stark to find Arya and Sansa. Like, that means a lot, even though it took years, but it meant something. And it's exactly the same for Kristen. But I seriously do not know what triggered Kristen to go all out. I think in that moment he was just furious at everything, himself, Rhaenyra, and, well, the sham that it is that he is part of the King's Guard, still wearing it. Because everything from the title to his armor and the white cloak and his sword, which the camera was facing at so much, it's just a sham. It's like, it makes no difference. There is no worth to it anymore, and still he has to put on that charade that he is this honorable knight that will take care of the princess. Like, it's not though. And I think that's one of the reasons why he did not hesitate telling Alicent, because it's like he's lost everything that he's worked for possibly his whole life, and he was a knight in the Stormlands, and like in Essos he knows that, and he's also almost like prepared for this, just like if ever he were to break his oath, he can go to Essos and just be free from titles that hold him back, and he's not able to do that, and he was ready to take his life because his life makes no sense anymore. And why Alicent protected him, I'm not sure. Maybe one of two reasons. Possibly because she still has that love for Rhaenyra, and that he needs to still protect her, and she wants him to be there alive. Or it could also mean that, Sir Kristen is part of a scandal, that he took Rhaenyra's virtue and he deserves a more gruesome death possibly. Or it could be both. Who knows? But all I feel like is that this is going to be used to her advantage, where she will, if she's made a statement like coming into the hall in green and what it stands for, I think that she is like, that's the first step in her being like a bold character. Like from episode 1 up until now, you've seen the very quiet, very obedient wife and queen and friend. But now it's like reverse card. very much. And even when she saw the king coming from Driftmark and he fell down, she didn't even bat an eye. She didn't even feel fazed by it. She did see, like, but she wasn't concerned at all because he let go of because everything is being held. Like, I feel like they're both playing a role, like Kristen and Anissa are both playing a role that makes no sense. Like, they have these titles that she's queen, but she really doesn't do much excepting bear children. And Kristen is the knight, but he's not a knight anymore of the Kingsguard because he has broken his vow. It's like they almost relate to each other. And I guess maybe that's one of the reasons why she stopped him. Because she could have easily been aside and just let him take his own life. Who knows? That's a thought to ponder, but holy hell, like, but also there is a new appearance, Lord, what's his name? Larys, who is the son of Lord Lionel, who is the Hand of the King. Interesting, like, what's his deal? Like, it was almost like he had an agenda about revealing the tea and everything set forth, every, you know, domino effect since he spoke that to her. It's like fallen down. And what was his agenda though? Does he not want Rhaenyra to be on the throne? I'm pretty sure yes, because he is hand, because his father is hand to the king, but once the king dies, is he like against women going to like being on the throne and he wants a stronger individual, or he has some, I feel like, because I don't know his agenda, that's all that's coming to my mind in terms of like why he would spread that, or not spread that, I mean quietly inform her. But yeah, damn dude, damn. And also we saw Rhea in the start, who made an appearance and literally gone. That was, you know, at the start I was thinking, holy wow, like, you know, the women in this century is like really stern, much more stern than I would expect from in a law like this, at least this time where women are not allowed to do so much. But they're really strong for their character, they're very powerful, but immediately she's dead. And I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, Runestone is Daemon's now. That's insane. He has eliminated his wife very quickly. And isn't that something that they said, like in Game of Thrones somewhere? I guess it was like Bronn talking to Jaime, where he was talking about some castle, where the castle belonged to the, what's her name, like to the first child, the first daughter, and because he was betrothed to the second daughter. And you know that time where just before they were going to go to Dawn, it's almost like it's happened here where she falls off the horse. That's insane. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm very ready to see what episode 6 is all about. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you in episode 6. Bye everyone.